Thank you, Mr. Baker. And thank you, County Council. Next, we have the Mayor of Georgetown, Mike Wyatt.
Thank you, and welcome to Georgetown. You heard Secretary Mitchell say that we were fortunate enough to have our governor, the leader of our state, here. I don't know if Pat Ryan asked her to come or not, but he asked me, and when Pat asked you to do something, you've seen him, you do it. So, I don't know if he asked you, but if he did, I'm sure you'd do it just because of that. Yes. Just on behalf of the town of Georgetown, we'd like to welcome everybody here this weekend and tell you thank you for what you do. On behalf of the county and the town, you're more than welcome to use this property anytime you want it. We hope you never truly need it. I was unfortunate enough, I guess, in the last 33 years I worked for the Pilots Association. I drive a boat to work through 6 pretty good-sized hurricanes. Never seeing Katrina or never going down to see Mississippi, the Gulf Coast. I just can only imagine what I've seen on TV, what they can do. Could we withstand that type of hurricane? No, we couldn't. I've been through small ones, and they were bad enough. I'm in a 50-foot boat, and they're terrible. The damage that the waves and the wind can do is just unbelievable. To know that we have people like you folks ready to step in and take control and to take over when all else fails, I'll tell you, I don't know if the rest of you realize it, but it gives me a sense of relief. It really does. There's nothing worse than not being able to communicate. I mean, I'm sure you've all been riding down the road and you've lost your signal on your cell phone. You get frustrated. You've seen the commercials where they beat them on the dash. Well, that's nothing. When you can't communicate in an emergency, now that's something. And to know that you guys are here, we just truly do applaud you. And from the town of Georgetown, I do have a proclamation, and it's fairly short, and I will read it. It's from the Office of Mayor, Town of Georgetown, proclamation for Amateur Radio Awareness Month. Whereas amateur radio operators are celebrating a century of the miracle of the human voice broadcast over airwaves. Whereas amateur radio, often called ham radio, has consistently been the most reliable means of communications in emergencies when other systems fail or were overloaded. Amateur radio operators meet on the air as well as in person. There are about 63,000 hams in the United States, with the ham radio clubs gathering all over the country. Therefore, the mayor and the town council of the town of Georgetown do proclaim June 2007 as Amateur Radio Awareness Month in Delaware. Therefore, be it further resolved that the town of Georgetown recognizes the countless hours of community service and their value in assisting many emergencies responding organizations. Signed by myself. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mayor. That concludes the formal presentations by our guests. Very briefly, I'm going to ask Mr. Frank Filikowski to present certificates to 3 individuals who will become official emergency stations. Frank, will you come to the speaker?
Thank you. Thank you for coming today. And on behalf of the Amateur Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio, I would like to extend thanks to Governor Minner, Secretary Mitchell, the entire Delaware Cabinet, the Delaware General Assembly, for recognizing amateur radio and the volunteers that support the citizens of the state of Delaware. And with this presentation today, I'd like to have Joseph H. Stormer, W3TL, stand and be recognized as an official emergency station. Jerry D. Martin, KB3NZJ. And Matthew S. Carroll, KA3ROL. Thank you for your participation and your volunteering of your station, your time, and your efforts to support the citizens of this great state of Delaware. Thank you.
In closing, I would like to thank Mr. Jim Hicken, the Sussex County Airport Manager, and Ms. Debbie Jones, representing the Emergency Operations Center, for all the help they've given us. And again, Governor, Secretary Mitchell, Mayor, thank you all so much for coming. We're going to fast forward to one item. That's so we can keep our schedules on the radio. And that is that, but I will recognize Justin Cates from Communication Corps has some hats that he's going to provide us to the folks that organized this event. Justin, I'm going to ask you to hold on to that toward the end. We'll pick that up. So with that, I thank you all very much. At this point, we will now try to go to a couple of the stations and make communications with the governors, elected officials in other states and localities. Thank you again so much.